All right, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of Downright Annoyed with Movies. I am one of your hosts, Michael Carls from the Downright Nerdy podcast. Alongside me is Jackson from Bored and Annoyed podcast. Here we every week us and a group of other podcasters, we get together and talk a random movie that one of us or somebody in the chat gets to pick. So before we start doing everything, I'm going to go around the horn so everybody can introduce themselves. Let's start with my co-host here. Jackson, go for it, buddy.
Hey, everybody. I hope everyone is staying safe during this big coronavirus thing. But yeah, my name's Jackson. I am the co-host of Bored and Annoyed, a weekly podcast on movies. Sounds like we won't have much to talk about over the next month or two, but that's another thing. But anyways, if you want to follow our show, go to our website, boredandannoyed.com. There's a link there that'll take you to every podcasting platform. And I think this week we're going to do a live stream for our episode. The topic will be, contagion virus movies, that sort of thing. So we're finding a way to do it from our little social distancing self-quarantines. But yeah, hey, this week, Tuesdays with Morrie, excited to talk about it.
Awesome. Cool. Sounds good. Hey, Pinky's out. Ken.
Hey guys, I'm Ken from Pinky's Out. You can find us on Instagram, any of your podcasting stuff, and we're starting to do some stuff on YouTube. And I see one of my other co-hosts is in the live chat there, Comic Man Andy. What's going on, Andy? So yeah, that's me.
Awesome, cool. Paul.
Hey, I'm Paul, comicbookinvest.com. We have a podcast Monday nights called Tales from the Flip Side, available wherever you get your favorite podcasts from, and we just kind of shoot the breeze and tune in if you can.
Awesome, cool, sounds good. Ryan.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I'm from the Fake Nerd Podcast. We're a weekly pop culture podcast. Talks about movies, comics, video games. They're usually 2 to 4 hours long because we are all nerds who talk about a lot of things. So if that's your jam, hit us up on anywhere podcasts are: Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, the Zune Marketplace, your mom's old cassette player. We're everywhere. Just Google it. We're there.
Awesome, cool, sounds good. And last but not least, the Cookie Monster himself.
Hey guys, I'm Cookie from Just Little Podcast. I am the guy who picked this fantastic film that you guys all hated, but we'll get to that in a little bit. You guys can find me all over social media. You can find me on other people's channels as well on YouTube. Hopefully, I'm going to get back into podcasting very, very soon and try to put out some more content for you guys soon. But you can find my back history on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, the whole 9 yards, and the Just Little Podcast.
Awesome, cool. And before we start getting into all this, just want to acknowledge the chat here. First off, we had 1-2 Comic Talk. What's going on, bro? As you mentioned before, Comic Man Andy. Hey, make sure you guys check us out. In about an hour, we got another show right after this over on Bored and Noise channel. We're going to be talking Saga with Comic Man Andy as well. Hi, Aaliyah. What's going on, man? The one dude that doesn't like In-N-Out Burger, kind of weird, but it's all good. I still love you, brother. All good. And,
they go a little heavy on the onions, I will say. They go a little crazy
That's
with
for
the
less onions.
Yeah, I suppose.
You can never have too many onions.
Thanks very much, buddy. Appreciate you coming out. I know there's a whole bunch of awesome content going on right now on, or just in general in the community. So just having you guys all here, just humbling. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. You want to go through the synopsis? We'll go through the around the horn, seeing who your main thoughts about the movie in a couple sentences, and then Jackson, you want to kind of tell them what we'll be doing for the month.
Yeah, are we doing that? We starting with that then? Should we just do the explanation? Yeah, let's start with that. So Michael and I and Ken were in here a few minutes early, so this is how we do things. We just plan things so spectacularly. But the idea is we want to add a little wrinkle to the way the show works. And so we're going to start doing a genre wheel. This is once a month. So, all of us who are on the show and anybody in the audience who has a movie in mind every week and they're worried that, their genre won't get picked, so they won't get to suggest their movie, are still going to get their chance to suggest their movies. But the idea is the genre is going to be picked right here on this wheel. whatever genre wins, every week, every member of our team here on the panel, as well as one audience pick, is going to be added to the possible selection of movies. And then on the last week of the month, which I believe would be March 29th, we will select the movie from that grouping of films. Maybe that's, I don't know if that made sense or if I explained that correctly, but is that the idea?
Yeah, I think you did.
Once things start getting going, I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
The only other suggestion I might just kind of throw in there, is there any genre here that nobody wants, I guess, would be my question.
No, no. Every movie is a movie.
Right.
Every movie counts.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, there better be romantic comedy in there.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't see rom-com in there.
Rom-com. Should I add that in there? I could add that.
It has to be. Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Rom-com.
27 Dresses? Come on, guys.
That's a fantastic movie. You take that back.
No, I was not lying.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
all right.
I mean,
It's a great movie.
Devil Wears Prada? Mwah.
Fantastic. I'm right there with you, Ryan. I'm right there.
We ready to spin this thing?
Oh, Lord.
I need to get my beer, man. I forgot my beer in the fridge.
Run!
I'll be right back.
Funky Buddha's not doing anything in the fridge.
No, I know. It's got to do something to my belly.
He was meditating.
I'm about to mute everybody. Should I spin it?
Spin it.
All right.
Go for it. Spin. Spin doctors, baby.
Come on, something good.
Show me potato salad.
Show me sports.
Sports!
Oh.
Sports. Okay.
Can we that thing that I just said about not having can we
I thought all sports were canceled.
what? Yeah.
Right. It was perfect.
They are.
You get your sports.
I know, it's great. I wish it could have happened before the Super Bowl.
We should have went through all of these before. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay. So
I'm gonna pick basketball if I choose.
I'm gonna pick Space Jam. I think.
Nice. 21
right.
Jump Street.
So, let's start with Tuesdays with Morrie here. Chosen by yours truly, Cookie from Just a Little Podcast. So accomplished sports writer Mitch Albom feels that his life is lacking despite his success. When Mitch watches a television interview with his former university professor, Morrie Schwartz, played by Jack Lemmon, he is moved to reconnect with his old mentor who is struggling with Lou Gehrig's disease. As Mitch and Morrie get reacquainted, they engage in thoughtful conversations about a variety of significant topics, including love, happiness, and death. Cool. Around the horn, what do you guys all think? Cookie, I'll let you go first, buddy.
I loved it, man. I thought it was a great movie. I was kind of taken back the fact that Oprah was the one who kind of produced it, which was kind of interesting to see that little aspect at the beginning of it. I read it as a kid, and I read it also in college. Of course, it's usually better than the movie, but overall, I do give it a 2 thumbs up for the movie. That was enjoyable, and I did cry at the end. I'm sorry. In touch with my emotions, guys.
Cool. How about you, Ryan?
So I didn't know what to expect watching this, made-for-TV drama about somebody dying. I'm like, is this going to be just like emotional manipulation? Is this going to be like, am I going to feel something? And I'm happy to say I also did cry. I thought this was quite good. I do think it's not by the numbers, but like you can kind of see like where it's going and it hits certain beats. But I do think the performances, especially by Jack Lemmon, are outstanding. I think like the performances like really sell this movie. And I do think it can teach you a couple things about life as well.
Jack Lemmon was the man.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%. Paul?
Yeah, I mean, for what it was, made for TV, I liked it. It's one you could go watch with mom or dad. I liked it. I liked it for what it was. And yeah, I think you could learn some life lessons from it as well. It just depends on your mindset, what you take away from it.
Cool. Ken?
I hated it. I thought it was awful. I thought Jack Lemmon, that was his worst performance. Hank Azaria, I kept waiting for him to turn into Brockmire, and then I would have enjoyed the movie. I don't know. maybe my soul's as black as my beer is.
Do they need more Bene Gesserit or man, what's it called?
There was no robots. There was no mutants.
No force fields.
No force fields. Nothing.
Giant worm.
No
where were the
spike.
giant
Well, there were
worms?
drugs. There's lots of morphine, but
Where were the graboids?
no, I don't know. That's too close to home. I mean, I deal with that stuff. I've been dealing with those kind of things for 20 some years.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I don't know, just because of what I do, but it just didn't move me. Hank Azaria's performance didn't move me at all. I thought he was stiff and not Hank Azaria like, I just didn't care. I just didn't care for it. And Jack Lemmon's the whole scenes where he's crying in the bed at night, that just was like, ugh. Like that. I don't know. It just didn't move me one bit.
All right.
No. And I love Jack Lemmon. I mean, grumpy old men. Who doesn't love grumpy old men? But
Jackson, what do you think?
I liked it. I do want to point out my wife, though. It's like I haven't left the house. I don't think I have coronavirus. But thank you, dear. I appreciate that. But anyways, I think the movie's okay. It's a made-for-TV movie. You've kind of got to, grade it on a curve. I didn't hate my life while watching it like last week's movie. I do like both of the leads. Jack Lemmon was one of my favorites. I just loved him from way back. Would I recommend it for everyone? Yes, I think so. Everyone who has a heart can. Everyone has a heart.
Dude, even my wife didn't like it.
Well, both of you are heartless then. Good thing we found each other.
Were you guys drinking
right?
Or you were not drinking?
I wasn't drinking either.
That's what the problem
I don't
was.
drink during the week.
Oh.
And I think we might have enough sports movies that have been suggested.
Yeah.
here.
I started
So feel free to stop. I'm already making a wheel, Michael. I've got a wheel.
Oh, I see it. Comic
tab.
Man Andy nailed it.
writing them all down.
That last one hit home right there.
Yeah.
Talladega.
But yeah, so
Talladega.
I mean, where to start with this movie?
Wait, hold on, I need to do mine.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Look at me doing that again.
I didn't mind it. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my least favorite. It was enjoyable for a while. I don't think I'll really ever watch it again. I think it wasn't.
You're not going to watch this one twice?
What?
You're not going to watch this one twice?
Oh, you mean rent it twice? This thing was free, thank God, on YouTube. But even though this wasn't my favorite Jack Lemmon movie, I think he still had the best performance in the movie. I wasn't too keen on Hank Azaria's performance. I didn't really believe what he was saying throughout some of the scenes, but overall, I mean, it was still good. It was a good story. I enjoyed it. I did get confused a couple of times that maybe you guys might be able to help clear some things up. But yeah, overall, decent movie. See this again. I don't like this. Read the book. I mean, I read it highly. I mean,
The deep lore.
It actually did make me want to read the book, though. I actually read a lot of Mitch Albom, being a Lions fan. He writes a lot about the Lions, so I've read a lot of his columns, but I haven't read this or what is the 5 People You Meet in Heaven? Is that the other one, Cookie? Yeah. I haven't read either of them.
So I'm not trying to
How many
call you out.
seasons can you win 0 games, stuff like that?
The other week we had that conversation about having to read a book that's based on the movie in order to understand it better. That was the only reason why I said I'm not saying. The only reason why I didn't want to watch Dune or read the book of Dune is because Dune didn't interest me at all to read the book. So either or, that was just my 2 cents.
Cookie, why did you pick this movie? I'm just curious.
Good question, Ryan.
It's actually one of my favorite books, and I guess I kind of want to see you guys' opinion on it since I've watched you guys a few times and kind of gotten to know your guys' personality. And I think this is not something that any of you guys would really pick. It's kind of one of those movies that's kind of far out there that your average person is not going to go and pick up and watch, or even watch it on TV. You're going to flip to the channel and go to the next thing. So it had a good story behind it, a good message behind it. If you did get it, great. If you didn't, I mean, hey, it's only like an hour and change long. You'll live past it. No offense, Mr. Ken.
I wasn't aware that there was a adaptation of this, so this was the first I had heard of it. So,
oh wow.
Well, it did explain his character on Brockmire quite a bit. So,
Oh man!
Just listen to that song "Live Like You Were Dying" by Tim McGraw. That sums up the entire movie.
It was just too
man.
depressing of an experience for you, or what, Ken?
No, it was like going to work for me.
Yeah. I mean, what was your favorite aspect of the movie, guys? I know for me, I kind of like the whole idea that Morrie, helped him basically get his relationship back in order.
Yeah, I honestly everything. And again, I like this movie a lot for being a TV movie. So everything I'm going to say really positively, it's like positively, but I'm just going to speak in broad strokes here. Everything involving Hank Azaria becoming a better person because of Morrie, I'm a fan of. Like actually seeing character evolution is like that's why I go to the movies. Like I like to see characters evolve, and like especially the stuff with Janine. Is that the girlfriend's name, Janine? Yeah, the stuff with like I thought some of the stuff between them, just them two, was it was okay. But once they brought in Morrie, I thought that solidified everything, and I thought the end was actually pretty good with like him talking to Janine, like let's talk for a couple of minutes alone. I thought that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, he was kind of the matchmaker.
Yes, he was pre-Tinder. Yes,
right.
I think like a big thing, it relates to me currently with like everything that's going on, me trying to get a house, me graduating from school, having my wife, and it's like trying to get your life together as an adult, leaving behind like elementary things that don't really necessarily mean any importance to you. And then I've also had a great teacher as well that's helped me out a lot in the past, and it was a reflection of he didn't die, he's still alive. I actually go and see him at cons, but it would touch home for me a little bit, which is pretty nice.
I think the aspect of growing up doesn't mean you have to become a cynic, and you don't have to lose being a human being. Like you don't have to become a robot to be when you're 40, right? You can still love and be appreciative. Like you don't have to like turn off like, oh, I'm an adult now, I got to wear a suit. And I think that aspect of the movie plays really well.
I think the biggest theme that I was kind of seeing that it was trying to get to was perspective, right? Like it's not everything is so important as you may think if you take a step back and kind of see things from the eyes of somebody who's been through so much, right? I don't feel like this is even like a tragic movie or anything, because I know it's supposed to be sad. I think it's a very happy and heartfelt movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like live life, but don't forget how to live life kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, did anybody feel like it's hard? I know it's hard in a movie, but it almost felt like Jack Lemmon's character Morrie like wasn't a real person. It's like everything that they ever talked. Like if you met a guy who only talked like that about those things, you'd think he was kind of a weirdo.
He's almost like Yoda.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I would have liked to have had them add a little more, just like
reality
basic,
to it.
Yeah, a little more standard conversation. Because I would bet that as much of their time as they spent talking about life and him giving his little wonderful quips about whatever was actually just spent like, oh, like how are the shits today, Morrie? Like, are you you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Or it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark. You take them out of the movie and the movie doesn't change.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. Again, I think that's the being like a
because
TV movie.
Her leaving him would have slapped him in the face and made him reevaluate either way.
Yeah. He's got a cool singing career.
You could put it in Hallmark and it would rock all day long in Hallmark.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Hallmark and I think it'd probably work on Lifetime too. Like
yeah.
Hallmark, get the love out there. Yeah.
All it needs is like a Christmas background and it's golden.
Now, before maybe you guys can clear this up for me. So, but what made him go actually out to see Morrie the very first time?
He saw that on the news that he was dying.
He saw that, but he's so busy. What made him actually decide to take the time?
I think it was Janine, right? She was like, "It's just one trip" or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
So
also
she was
promised him.
I remember her saying that, but I didn't remember in the movie. It didn't seem like it made that big of an impact to him. Maybe that was just, I don't know. Maybe
I think what it was is like he originally wasn't gonna go, and then Janine's like, "Hey, it's this is the last time you'll ever see him. Just do it quickly." And he's like, "Yeah, what's one trip to where is he, Boston or whatever?" He's like, "What's one trip to this place?" And then once he's there and he starts talking to him, he realizes, "Oh, this is important now." I think going there, he didn't expect it ever to be, and then we get a movie.
He felt kind of guilty too, right? Because
Yes,
he had kind of made plans to stay connected with these people, with Morrie.
I hadn't talked to him in 16 years.
Right. Well, and you know what's funny is like it reminded me of like graduating from high school. You just act like, oh yeah, we'll stay in touch, whatever. And I guess Facebook has kind of changed that. Social media has kind of changed that where we do. But if you didn't have that, you'd have no clue what any of these people were doing now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was interesting too, because it does. I mean, it's everybody kind of has like a smaller version of what he's feeling in this movie, right? So
yeah.
So he obviously made a lot of money to be able to fly every Tuesday. I mean,
I think like he's a workhorse, and it's in a like a profitable like industry. So like the fact that he's always working, he's probably always getting paid. So like he's probably, and it's like he's got NBA money, baby.
I'm sure he's got airline miles too. He's
exactly. Frequent flyer.
Right.
Now, did you guys watch this with anybody? Ken, you did say you watched it with your wife. Did anybody else watch it with anybody? Curious to see. No,
my cat.
Yeah. Yeah. So I ended up watching this partly at work and partly at the house, and one of my partners was watching it, and he ended up really liking it too, and went back home and watched it, and told me that he really enjoyed it. Not so much like life-changing or anything, but he kept on raving about it, almost as much as I was raving about one shot of the dead type of raving about it.
Hey, at least now, Michael, you were hating on Dune in the chat last week, but you did say you kind of want to watch it again. What's wrong with you?
Weird.
No, come to the good
watch
side.
it, and I'll just explain everything as we go along.
Wow.
I'll explain everything scene by scene if you want.
To be honest, I think
I'm still down for that. Ken, you need to do the commentary.
Yeah.
All right, you have the
There's some
talking
lag
stick,
today.
Michael. You have the talking stick. Yeah, go for it.
No, are we still talking about Dune? Is that
No. Whatever. I mean,
okay, yeah. So, what was I going to ask? I was going to ask another thing about the ending of Tuesdays with Morrie. What did you guys think about the ending? Just how about that?
I liked it. I thought that like everything that it set up in the course of the whole movie, it really hits you at the end. I was sad. I actually was sad, genuinely sad. I didn't like bawl like tears of sorrow, but it was like you said, Michael. It's not like depressing sad necessarily. It's just
sad, right?
Right. Yeah. It's like okay.
That's the same. I'm making sure I got the same feeling that all y'all did.
Everybody's at peace.
Yeah. They tied it together too. So there's Morrie passing away. There's he's getting married as well, the main character, and then there's the young football guy who's kind of like got his life back together. So it's kind of like those seasons of life moving forward for all of them.
I still don't believe for a second that football player got his life together, by the way.
I thought that when he jumped, he was going to land and like,
break his leg,
or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, oh,
we could only be so lucky.
If he tripped running down the bleachers and just rolled down the bleachers and broke his neck. Yeah.
Closed head injury.
Does anybody know if that's based a Cookie? Was that something in the book, that whole thing, how he's working with that football or talking to that football player, any of that stuff in there? Did they just add that for color as far as Mitch Albom's life?
I think they added it for color, but I cannot remember to save my life because it was my freshman year that I actually read that book, and I was forced to reread it, which it doesn't say much about the movie, but I enjoyed the book a lot. It's one of my favorite books that I haven't read since my freshman year.
I've heard it's great. So
yeah, both of these books.
How
my wife read
accurate?
She liked it.
How accurate to the book is it?
I think it's pretty close to the cuff on it. They do add some stuff to really broaden the horizon and make it a little bit more enjoyable for everybody to enjoy. But there's a lot more analytics behind it, I would say.
What are the main differences between the book and the movie?
It's a test for you, Cookie.
Yeah.
I think
You're
the
going to be
biggest
graded.
well, I think I'm going to fail then. But the biggest thing for me, I think, was the fact that I had my imagination to draw out the picture versus what's happening in how someone else is depicting it was two different things. The life lessons, when he's explaining the life lessons in the book versus life lessons in the movie, they're two different things. I think that's a big part. Is they're a lot more in depth in the life lessons in the book versus here it's just touched on and then you kind of pick the pieces and you pull them together.
Got it. All right.
And Janine is actually pretty much. She's actually pretty hot in real life as she is in my imagination. So everything worked out pretty well for me on that aspect.
Yeah, she's real hot in the movie for sure.
Yeah,
I would agree.
Who played her?
Voice.
Who played her?
Don't do that to us.
Oh, I don't know. Google make Googleson played her.
Google make Googleson. All right.
It's hard for me to like find like a lot of like faults to this movie because I think it's like generally like it's trying to be a good message and it's like it's almost kind of cookie cutter, but I do think Jack Lemmon is good and is really good, and I think Hank Azaria is okay. I think he's pretty good for the most part. This is 1 year after Godzilla, so like he's coasting now. He doesn't have to act ever again. He's got that Godzilla money.
Yeah,
Was he
I
in
just
Godzilla?
I always put him in the birdcage. He was in the Godzilla with Matthew Broderick.
That's a lot of fish.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie.
Right?
Flashbacks.
Luckily, that is not a sports movie. Yeah.
True.
Well, The Nest was in a stadium.
Madison Square Garden.
That doesn't make it a
Square
sports
Garden.
movie.
I think they say the word sports in the movie at least once, guaranteed.
If this
There you
was
go.
like a featured film, how would you guys interpret it now that it has this giant size budget attached to it, and then you can get all these crazy good actors besides just two actors that are fantastic?
Well, I don't think it doesn't need a big budget because it just takes place in essentially 2 or 3 places, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no need for a big budget. I mean, this was probably made for less than a couple million, maybe.
I wouldn't even.
I'd probably say $1 million if that.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how much the actors got paid, right?
Oh, Jack Lemmon got paid more than $1 million for this.
You think so?
Oh, Oprah.
No.
He passed
Oh,
away
yeah.
2 years after this movie.
No.
I'm like,
I bet he got more than $1 million for doing this movie.
yeah.
I mean, it's possible. But
At that
I would
point-
say
He was pretty big at that point.
Yeah.
I would say that you would just make it a little less schmaltzy. It would probably look a little better as far as the sets and everything. It would just feel bigger, even though it's not. You still just need 2 people in a room.
Yeah.
So
Something I think you said, Jackson, or like the way Morrie talks, it's kind of like fluffy, like it's not realistic.
Super cheesy.
Yeah. And I think for like a TV movie, I think that can work. But I think if you want to translate this to a big budget version of this with like, A-list actors, add more drama, make him dying, like, because there's got to be rise and fall. Make it so like you actually feel like, man, this is shitty. This is really shitty, because there are aspects, but not like rated like movie, like, oh man, I really feel it.
I don't know if like the feeling of that was the point of the end of the movie though. Like he was already supposed to die, but
yeah.
I mean, I think that the feeling of happy, sad is what they were aiming for.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if more drama would really be necessary because it's such a simple message that they want to portray for this movie, right? Fun fact: Jack Lemmon won an Emmy for this.
Awesome.
That doesn't surprise me. You know what you could do is you could do the Scorsese thing and you could de-age them and then have them like in the class.
Have it 3.5 hours
They could have
long.
flashbacks. Yeah, they could have flashbacks in the class.
That's how you make it $150 million, right there.
Right. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
How did you feel about that dance scene of Morrie kind of dancing in the club? The realisticness of I'm gonna put on my own.
Yeah, right.
type of thing.
Yeah, I liked it though.
I did. It was cheesy, but it was funny and adorable.
It's really charming and completely not ever going to happen in real life.
Yeah.
I just want to imagine like a 9-year-old man. It's like going up to a DJ, play this, Johnny. Like, you got it, Morrie.
Yeah.
Like, it's something only a TV movie can do. And I'm like, yeah, I'll allow it.
And everybody just goes crazy and
starts dancing with it.
I can't for the life of me find the budget for this.
Me neither. I was looking.
I'm looking too. I can't.
$7.
I can't believe it's not.
They all work for free.
Yeah.
Oprah probably owned their soul, so they had to do it for free.
We're only 30 minutes in. We've really only been talking about this for about 20. Is there really anything else that we need to talk about this movie?
I don't think so.
Because its strongest suit is that it's so simple. Right?
Yeah.
The strongest part of the movie is because of that.
It can focus on the relationship, which is the point of the movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I do have one thing to interject with. I actually this week watched The Stand, the old miniseries from the 90s on the Stephen King thing. And I was thinking to myself,
Gary Sinise, baby.
Well, this is the kind of thing that works as a TV movie, while The Stand really doesn't, because it looks like shit. And they can't get the scope of what they're trying to convey accurately put on the screen. So if you're going to do made for TV movies, which by the way, nowadays made for TV is streaming, huge budget. I mean, we really don't have much like this outside of maybe Lifetime or something. Maybe they still crank out movies, but at the time, like, this was a smart made for TV movie.
That was an interesting question too, because there's a lot of like movies made for TV movies that were like sci-fi or whatever, where they had they didn't have a huge budget, but they had enough budget where they try to put in some unnecessary special effects when that's not even really the point of what the movie should be, or what the main message of the movie was going to be.
Have you guys seen the sci-fi classic Mansquito?
No.
Oh,
yes, I have.
Sports movie.
All things cheese I have seen.
It sounds horrible.
But you know what I mean?
No, it's actually decent.
Yeah,
it is. A small budget works in these type of movies' favor.
Yeah, it's just people talking. You don't need $1 million for two people talking.
Yeah. Right.
This could be a movie right now.
Yeah,
maybe it is. Hey, I feel like we're living in a movie the last week or so, man.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude. We're in Steven Soderbergh's Contagion right now.
Yeah.
As I touch my face.
Oh, is that the Matt Damon movie?
Is Matt Damon in that one?
Was that the Matt Damon movie?
Yeah.
There's that's like a cavalcade of stars. That's like one of those ensemble movies that everybody's
Gwyneth
in.
Paltrow was like patient zero and stopped in Chicago to get a quick hookup and killed everybody in Chicago.
Yep, it's Gwyneth's fault. Her and Goop.
Exactly, her Goop, man. Golly.
Hey, stop talking about it. We might need to talk about it next week.
True. It's the aroma.
But yeah, I don't have anything else to say, really. We can. I mean, Michael, it's your lead. You get to tell me when to go ahead and share this wheel of fortune.
Let's do that. Let's share the wheel and let's get everything going.
I enjoyed watching this, Cookie. Thanks for the recommendation.
Yes, thank you,
Cookie.
Actually,
I probably would never have watched it.
I still like you, Cookie.
I never
like you guys man.
For you. You can say it.
And I'll still buy you a beer when I come down to Florida next time.
Sounds good, man.
Okay, so
oh my god, these are so many good movies.
we don't get any entries into this.
No, this is what the audience is picking. We get to pick one ourselves. Does that make sense?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
we add whatever you pick each week from this wheel to our picks.
Okay.
And then spin the wheel.
All right.
Correct. Perfect. So you still do need that pen and piece of paper, Michael, because we still are going to need
Kingpin is such a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, Air Bud, hell yeah!
Oh no, that's Deontay's.
These are some good picks, you guys.
They are some great stuff, man.
Rudy.
Air Bud.
Oh my god!
No! Oh my god!
I'm finding a picture for my green screen right now.
No.
You got it.
All right, so Michael is going to write Air Bud on the list.
I'm religious now.
Now those movies, if any of those movies were the ones that you would want to pick, feel free to pick it right now. I'm going to go with White Men Can't Jump. That's going to be my
great film
pick of the week.
That is a good one.
Ken?
Dodgeball.
Oh,
okay.
Fantastic.
Cookie?
Replacements.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Wait.
I had to think of a sports movie.
Air Bud 2, The Revenge.
We have Air Bud, Dodgeball, and The Replacements, Michael, so far.
And White Men Can't Jump, right?
And White Men Can't Jump, right.
Who picked Replacements?
Cookie.
All
right, Ryan.
Does the original 1976 James Caan rollerball count?
Ooh.
Is that a sport? Is that
it's not a real sport, but it's a sport in the movie.
Man, you can pick Harry Potter. it's got Quidditch.
No, but
Thank
that's
you.
There you go.
Thank
but,
you.
but all
yeah,
of
but
Harry
Quidditch
Potter,
isn't the essence of the movie.
rollerball is about
is
rollerball.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
I say we allow
Well, there
it.
is a movie that's
Okay,
about
I'll do
rollerblading. In a
No, I'm talking
dystopian
about the
future.
fake sci-fi. You could die playing rollerball.
Paul, I didn't get one from you.
The question is bowling a sport? Because I was
Yes.
thinking
Yes, of course it is.
They had
So-
Kingpin on here. Oh yeah.
I was gonna go with Big Lebowski.
Oh,
Oh,
That's-
there
Or is
you
that
go.
stretching it?
That room.
No, I don't think
that
so.
rug
it's stretching
really
it, but everybody loves
tied.
it. So-
Yeah,
the
it's
room
classic.
together.
We'll allow it. The dude will abide.
All right. So those, just to re-explain,
And I
this
will drink
now,
a White Russian if we do that.
Yeah.
we're gonna have a big wheel, and it's gonna have a ton of movies on it, including those
I didn't know.
seven movies, because Michael's still gonna add. I wanted to make sure you were done writing.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought he skipped
Nope.
me again. I'm gonna choose. What was that? Okay, no, I'm gonna go with Mighty Ducks. That's my.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Classic.
Solid movie.
Yeah.
They got that new Disney Plus show happening soon.
Right, for next week, for the next couple of weeks, we keep adding to this, correct?
That's correct.
All right,
Yes.
it's just sports.
So what do we cover next week? What's our movie for next week?
Well,
We
now
roll the wheel again for a
Now we
different
roll the
genre.
wheel.
now we do the standard pick as we always do.
Okay, do you want me to do my wheel? Because I got that up.
If you've got it up, go for it.
Now should we throw in a couple audience in here too?
Are we doing it that way, or are we doing it the standard audience gets a pick way?
Yeah,
We didn't talk about that.
Audience gets how many picks do we want to give them?
Give them. I mean, we can give them two.
Two?
I don't care. Sure.
All right, let me shuffle this up real quick.
Oh, see, I didn't do that.
Ooh,
Redraw.
wow.
Look at that. All right.
Technology.
That is
Somebody
fancy.
yell out spin.
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 No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Oh man.
Is Jackson gonna get it?
Throwback.
Roller ball.
Yeah.
Roller ball. Cookie!
Oh,
Look
that's
at you. Look at it's a double stuffed cookie. Look at that. 2 cookies in a row.
nice. Oreo double stuffed.
There you go.
All right, Cookie. What do you got this week?
Redeem
We're not
yourself,
picking the
Cookie.
sports?
Right now.
We're not picking.
No,
the
it can be
sports
any
one?
genre.
No,
Anything.
Oh, God. Oh man, I
Any
wasn't
genre.
prepared for this.
You're telling me you came into this show and you didn't have a movie in mind in case you won?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win. Honestly, I was like, back to back, not happening. Oh man,
Luck of the draw.
There is precedence for it, so
Mhm.
jeez. All right, can you guys give me a genre? I know I can go from there.
No, you got to just pick one.
pick one.
There's so many
What-
good movies.
What's your favorite movie?
Star Wars, but we've all seen Star Wars a million times.
So,
Which Star Wars?
A New Hope.
There's like
Downright
20 of them.
nerdy. We just did like a 4-hour discussion on it on the whole Star Wars
No,
saga.
not Rise of Skywalker.
are we
for the
blocking?
love of
Are
God.
we blocking Star Wars or
Yes,
are we not?
yes. I vote block Star Wars, please. Ugh.
All right.
I love Star Wars stuff.
I do love Star Wars. Oh God. All right. Can I pick? I'll pick a cheesy movie then. Master
Pick
of
whatever
Disguise.
you want. I'm just
Oh my God, Cookie.
what?
Master of Disguise.
We
It
just
got a
went-
rating.
oh,
Dana
I
Carvey.
am-
am
zero
the Mister
on-
of Disguise.
Yeah.
We
It got
just
a
went
0
from we
on
just
Google.
went from Star Wars to Masters of Disguise.
I mean, if you guys want Star Wars, I will happily pick Star Wars.
I mean, I
but-
have no problem with Star Wars, but
Is this it?
yeah,
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 that's it. I
guys,
was gonna
have,
say,
have you
yeah,
guys not
I've
seen this
covered
movie?
I've never heard of it.
Holy shit.
All right,
It's
that's what we're
bad.
on.
It's bad. I love it.
We got to
Oh.
come up with a
It's so
solution
bad
though,
it's good.
because we can't be blocking movies just because they're
No,
popular.
that's
I know.
true. It's true.
I'm being silly. I don't care. Pick whatever you want.
I could talk about Star Wars all day, every day.
I was gonna say,
Absolutely.
do Spaceballs as a loophole.
Oh.
Spaceballs.
You want to
Yes.
do that? We can switch it up. to
Oh,
My
Spaceballs.
response.
Your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Michael, I say it's your call since you're the host this week. You get to,
Be the tiebreaker.
You ready for this?
or are you gonna do it on a wheel?
It's gonna be a wheel. Spin the wheel.
You've created a monster, Jackson.
Watch this here.
Oh yeah.
With bated breath, we await.
Real
All
time.
right, so Masters and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Have an episode ready though, Cookie, just in case it does land on Star Wars. There it is, Star Wars. It is.
New Hope.
Heck yeah, baby.
All right.
I am a fan.
The original Star Wars.
You pick an episode?
Yeah, New Hope.
New Hope. Cool. All right, there it is. Star Wars: The New Hope. That's
And I got this ready for nothing.
Ryan, we can do an episode. Ryan, we can do an episode. Yeah, we can
I'm just kidding. This is funny.
I'll do a cat podcast. I love that movie. I love him.
I can watch Star Wars every day of my life. This is going to be a good week.
So.
I cannot, but it'll be fun. All right. Anything else? We'll have to clean up some things for later. But yeah. What else? Anything else?
I feel like you guys aren't going to let me on the show anymore with all the crappy movies.
Oh no, dude. They're never going to let me live down Dune, so don't feel bad.
Well, hey, so now we've got Paul, who didn't watch the whole movie the first week, and now we have Cookie, who didn't come with a movie ready in mind. Yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'll get one next. Let's watch. If I get 3 in a row, that's crazy.
It'll happen.
I want Paul to pick one because I want to see Paul get excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Look what I got. I'm great.
I know, right? That's like college money right there.
All right, guys. So here, real quick, let's go around the horn. Just tell everybody where you're at. We appreciate you guys all coming out. Let's start with the man of the hour here.
Hey, guys. I'm Cookie from Just a Little Podcast. You can find me all over social media at Just a Little Podcast and on Twitter at Just Podcasting. Episodes coming hopefully really, really soon. You can find me on shows like this or Conquista with Hobby shows, stuff like that. But yeah, thanks, guys, so much for letting me pick again.
Sorry.
Real quick, hold on. I just got to acknowledge the chat here again. Bake the Snake. He's like, what movies are going to crap on this week? So we just watched Tuesdays with Morrie, but we are about to watch Star Wars: A New Hope for next week. I'm sure everybody has seen it. I'm going to take that away. But yeah, man. So make sure you're in the chat next week on Board and Annoyed's channel for some Star Wars talk. All right. Ryan.
What up, guys? My name's Ryan. I'm part of the Fake Nerd Podcast. I'm actually mid production of a podcast right now. We're talking about Bloodshot. Hey, you guys know Bloodshot, that new Vin Diesel movie that's definitely going to be #1 at the box office? It's not. It's #3. Spoilers. It's not great. That's what we're talking about this week.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
Spoilers. Don't support the movie. On our YouTube channel, we have Sonic Mania going on. We're going to be starting a Mortal Kombat playthrough. The Final Fantasy VII demo is out. And just type in Fake Nerd Podcast. We're everywhere. Thanks. I love you.
Cool. Paul.
Hey, I'm Paul with comicbookinvest.com for all your comic book and speculation needs. And my podcast that I do with my buddies is Tales from the Flip Side. We're live every Monday night at 9:30 and also available wherever podcasts can be found. Just kind of shoot the breeze, talk about what we picked up since the last show and what you can find at cons and flea markets and things that might be worth more than what you think.
Heck yeah, they've helped me out a lot in the past. Pinky.
Oh, hey, there I am. I'm Ken from Pinky's Out Podcast. We're on all your favorite podcasting platforms and some stuff on YouTube. We sit down and usually end up about a 2-hour mark of we start off with a flight of our favorite beers and the conversation kind of devolves from there. So not kid friendly, but it does get pretty fun towards the end. So thanks.
When's your next episode?
Yeah, talk to Andy. Our work schedules have not been compatible lately, so
I'll get in his ear tonight.
Yeah, you make him feel guilty.
I will.
My name is Jackson. I'm with Bored and Annoyed. We're a weekly podcast talking about movies. So we're going to have a lot of random topics, I have a feeling, over the next couple months because every big budget, big movie is being delayed, unfortunately. But yeah, anyways, you can find us at boardannoyed.com. I think this week the plan is to review some virus/contagion movies. So that'll be live, I believe, too. So that should be fun. Hey, who's that rude person?
We should get rid of the Electoral College. Whoever said that, you're right.
But anyways, thank you for watching. And I'm excited to talk about Star Wars next week because it's also one of my favorite movies. So
awesome.
Thanks, Cookie.
Absolutely.
And
Thank
also,
you,
guys, make sure you guys all sub up Bored and Annoyed because it's going to be on his channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell because you're going to want to know when he's going live. You're going to want to make sure you sub up everybody here in the panel because everybody here has some awesome content. There's I know there's a sea of content out there in the YouTubes and in the podcasting world. But these guys all right here should be at the top of your list. So we appreciate everybody, especially people here in the chat. I know Solo Wookie is in there. C. Woodard, Hialeah, Bake the Snake, man. There's a whole bunch of people in here. Perry, he was looking for a little bit. And Comic Man Andy. We're going to be, if you guys want, over on Bored and Annoyed's channel in about 15, 20 minutes or so, we are going to be talking Saga. I'm already ready.
Good.
Already ready.
I'm buying mine today.
You ready for this?
Oh God, I gotta go.
Cookie has not read it yet.
Horrible.
But yeah, so we'll be doing that at the top of the hour. So you guys make sure you guys check that out. It'll be a ton of fun. We appreciate everybody here and
Real quick.
Stay safe. Yep, go ahead.
So Bake the Snake, can you put up that comment, Michael Back? People are saying that Bloodshot's better than any MCU in the past 5 years. No.
I think that came out earlier. I think
better than Captain Marvel.
No, it's not. I promise you.
Ryan, I think he was actually that was a while back. I think he was talking about Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The original Star Wars, sure, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow
I'm not sure though. We'll ask him. Hey, backseat driver came out just for a little bit. Yeah, we're jumping off, buddy. But hey, thanks for joining. All right, guys, we're gonna head out of here.
Bye.
Take care.
See ya.
Did I do it?
And scene. And scene.